Hello everyone. In this video, we learn about Jdbc and program related to Jdbc. So see here a definition of Jdbc. So Jdbc stands for Java Database Connectivity. JDBC is an JDBC is an application programming interface that defines how a Java programmer can access the database in a tabular format from the Java code. So this JD, so by using JDBC, the Java programmer can access the data in the database in a tabular format by using a Java code. Next, the need of JDBC. See here in front end, you find the Java application. In back end, you find the database. So in order to provide communication between the application and the database, we need connection. So in order to establish connection, we use the concept called as JDBC. So here, we want to connect to the database. So see here, we want to connect to the database to perform basic operations like insertion, deletion, operation, and selection of records in the table that is stored in the database. We use the concept known as Java database connectivity, nothing but JDBC. So in order to connect to the database and to perform basic operation like insertion, deletion, operation, and selection, we use the concept JDBC. So JDBC acts as an interface between the application and the database. So JDBC is an application programming interface which contains a set of classes and interfaces used for connectivity to the database. So here, working with JDBC. So see here, the Java application send the query to the database only after establishing connection with the database. So in order to send the query from the application to the database, first connection must be established. So Java application can send the query to the database only after establishing connection with the database. So in order to send queries to the database, the Java application invokes some set of classes and interfaces from the JDBC driver. Next, the database receives the query and processes the query. Then the result is sent back to the database to the JDBC driver. And from JDBC driver, the result is sent back to the Java application. So say here, the application send the query to the JDBC driver. And from there, the query passes from JDBC driver to database. Then the processing will be done and the result will be sent from database to JDBC driver. And again, the result will pass from JDBC driver to application. So to provide communication between the application and the database, first we must establish connection with the database. Then only we can pass the query from application to the database by using JDBC driver. So the application send the query to the JDBC driver and JDBC driver send the query to the database. Processing will be done and the database will send the result to the JDBC driver and again the JDBC send the same result to the Java application. So you see here what is JDBC driver? It is nothing but a software that is created according to JDBC API. So JDBC driver is a software that is created according to JDBC API. The JDBC driver acts as an interface between the application and the database. Third point, In third point, the JDBC driver convert the Java call. Call is nothing but a request. The JDBC driver convert the Java call into database specific call. And again, the JDBC driver convert and again, the JDBC driver convert the database specific call into Java call. So in order to convert the Java call to database specific call and to convert the database specific call to Java call, we use a JDBC driver. Next, types of JDBC drivers. There are 4 types of JDBC drivers. First one, type 1 driver. Nothing but Java database connectivity, open database connectivity bridge driver. JDBC, ODBC bridge driver. Second one is type 2 driver, or nothing but native API driver. Third one is type 3 driver, or net protocol driver, or middleware driver. And lastly, fourth one, type 4 driver. Type 4 driver, or native driver, or thin driver, or pure Java driver. See here, this concept is not is completely related to advanced Java. Types of drivers is completely related to advanced Java. As of now, for now, we learn the programs we are learning completely depends upon type 4 driver. So by using this type 4 driver, we are learning the JDBC programs. So as of now, we learn type 4 driver. So type 1 driver is purely implemented in Java. Type 4 driver is purely implemented in Java. So it is called as pure Java driver. Secondly, the type 4 driver convert JDBC call to database specific call without any help. So without any help, the type 4 driver convert JDBC call to database specific call. So it is called as thin driver. But so the programs we are learning are completely depending on type 4 driver. So by using type 4 driver, we are learning the JDBC programs. So here, Java database connectivity with Oracle database. Java database connectivity with Oracle. Java database connectivity with Oracle. To connect Java application with the Oracle database, we need to know the following information for the Oracle database. So first one, driver class. The driver class for the Oracle database is Oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. So in order to load the driver class, you must write Oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. Second point is connection URL. Connection URL. URL means Uniform Resource Locator. The connection URL for the Oracle database is JDBC. The connection URL for the Oracle 10G version database is JDBC Oracle thin @localhost 1521xc. So JDBC is nothing but API here. Oracle is the database name. Thin is the driver name. Localhost is the server name. 1521 is the port number, and XC is the Oracle service name. Next, username. So default username for the Oracle database system. Fourth one, password. So it is the password given by the user at the time of installing the Oracle database. Now, very important topic. Different stages of Java database connectivity. Different stages of Java database connectivity. There are 5 steps to connect to the database in Java. First one, registering the driver class. Nothing but loading the driver class. Second one, creating the connection object. Third one, creating the statement object. Fourth one, executing the query. And fifth one, closing the connection object. Closing the connection object. First one, register the driver class. Nothing but loading the driver class. For the for name dot method. Here, for name method of class. For name method of class is used to register the driver class. This method is used to dynamically load the driver class. See here the example to register the Oracle driver class. The Java program is loading the Oracle driver to establish the database connection. So in order to establish database connection, we load the Oracle driver. So in order to load the Oracle driver, we use the method name for name. We use the method called as for name, which belong to class name called as class. So for name is a static method. So static method means the method called by using class name. So by using class name, we call the method. So see here for name method is a static method. Static method means we call the method by using class name. So by using class name, we call this method name called as for name. So class name is class, method name is for name. So in this method, we write this Oracle Jdbc driver, Oracle driver. Second one, creating the connection object. The get connection method of driver manager class is used to establish connection with the database. So in order to establish connection with the database, we are calling the method name called as get connection, which is belonging to driver manager class. So see the example here, driver manager dot get connection. So get connection is also a static method. So we call this get connection method by using class name driver manager. So in this method, we write this connection URL, Jdbc Oracle tin @localhost 1521 XC. Jdbc is application programming interface. Oracle is the database name. Tin is the driver name. Localhost is the server name. 1521. 1521 is the port number. XC is the Oracle service name. So username is system. Password is a password. Now creating the statement object. The create statement method of the connection interface is used to create the statement. The object of the statement is responsible for executing query with the database. See here example to create the statement object. So interface name is statement, object name is stmt is equal to con, nothing but object of connection interface. Dot method name is create statement. So we are calling the create statement method by using the object of connection interface. Again, I am telling you, creating the statement object. So statement is the interface name. Object of the statement interface name is stmt is equal to con.create statement. Con is nothing but con is nothing but object of the connection interface. Method name is a create statement. See here we are creating a static query. We are creating static query by using statement object. If you want to create dynamic query, we use prefix statement. If you want to create dynamic query, you must write, we must create object to prefix statement. So here there are two types of queries, namely static query and dynamic query. So to run this static query, you must create object to statement interface. In order to run the dynamic query, you must create object to prefix statement. As of now, for now, we are creating the static query. So we create object for the statement interface of the program. Static query means nothing but we insert the query before the runtime of program. Static query means we insert the query before the runtime of the program. Now executing the query. See, the execute query method of the statement interface is used to execute the query to the database. This method returns the object of the result set that can be used to get all the records of the table. So here, for select command, we call the method execute query. For select command, we call the method select execute query. For select command, we call the method execute query. For select command, we call the method execute query. But for insert command, update command, and delete command, we use execute update query. We use execute update command. For select command, we use execute query method. For select command, we use execute query method. For insert, delete, and update, we use execute update command. For now, in this example, I'm using the select command. So we call the method execute query method. The execute query method of the statement interface is used to execute query to the database. This method returns the object or the result set that can be used to get the records of the table. So in order to get the records from the table, you must create object. You must create object to the result set interface. So here result set is the interface name, RS is the object of the result set interface. STMT is the object of the statement interface. Dot execute query. Since we are using select command, you must write the method name called as execute query. So select star from table name. So here, by using the object or the result set interface, we are calling the method name called as nest. So table contains generally more than one record. So in order to retrieve all the records in the from the table, I must use loop. So I am using while loop here. RS is the object of the result set interface. By using this object, I am calling the method name nest. So by using this nest method, the records in the table will be retrieved one by one. So by using the nest method, the records in the table will be retrieved. The records in the table will be accessed or nothing but retrieved by one by one. So by default, the cursor will be at column names. So in order to move the cursor from row by row, so in order to move the cursor row by row, you must use nest command. In order to move the cursor row by row, you use the method name called as nest. So here rs dot get string. One indicates the column, first column. 2 indicates second column. 3 indicates third column. So by default, the values will be in string format. So we use method name called as getString. So rs.getString, nothing but we are retrieving the value at column 1, which is in string format. rs.getString, this 2 indicates the column number 2. Nothing but we are retrieving the value in column 2, which is in string format. Again, rs.getString 3. 3 indicates column number 3. Nothing but we are retrieving the value in column 3, which is in string format by using rs.getString. So in order to access multiple records, we use a while loop. Next method is nothing but retrieving the record one by one by using the next method. Now finally closing the connection object. So by closing connection object statement, the result set will be closed automatically. The close method of the connection interface is used to close the connection. Now finally we have to close the connection by using the object of connection interface. So by using the object of connection interface, we will close the connection. See here, object of connection interface, CON, dot method name is close. CON is nothing but the object of connection interface. Method name is close. So CON dot close. So by using this statement, you close the database connection. So by using this statement, you close the connection. So now coming to program. So here first program, nothing but inserting a record in the table name called as employee. So first of all, we have to import SQL package. First of all, we have to import SQL package. So import java.sql.asterisk symbol. Class name is insert. So here class name is insertion. Main method publish static void main string arguments throws exception. Now, first of all, loading the driver. Class dot for name. I'm calling the static method for name by using class name class dot for name. We'll write this Oracle database. So class dot for name Oracle dot Jdbc dot driver dot Oracle driver. Nothing but this is syntax for loading the driver. So this is the syntax for loading the driver. Class dot for name Oracle dot Jdbc dot driver dot Oracle driver. Second one, connection URL. So by using connection URL, we'll obtain the connection. So connection URL, Jdbc, nothing but API, Oracle database name, thing, nothing but type 4 driver, localhost service server name, localhost की server name, 1521 port number, X is the Oracle service name. So we are writing this connection URL in the variable name called as database URL. Now creating object to connection interface. So connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. So we are calling this get connection method by using class name called as driver manager because get connection is a static method. So database URL. In database URL find in database URL you can find Jdbc Oracle thing direct localhost 1521 XC. Jdbc is an API. Oracle is the database name. Thing is the driver name. Type 4 driver. Localhost is the server name. 1521 is the port number. XC is the Oracle service name. So this complete information is stored in the variable name called as database URL. So I am writing database URL instead of this. So instead of this information, instead of this one, we are writing this database name. So instead of this one, we are writing this variable name called as database URL. So system is the username, password is PBSC. So finally, connection will be established. Now after establishing connection, we will pass the query. See here I am passing the static query. So static query means inserting the query before runtime of the program. So see here I am passing the static query. Static query is nothing but inserting the query before the runtime of the program. If you are using the static query, you must use the statement interface. If you are using static query, you must use statement interface. Suppose if you are using dynamic query, you must use prepared statement. Prepared statement interface will be used if you are passing dynamic query. If you are passing static query, you must use statement interface. So see here in this example, we are passing the static query. Nothing but inserting query before the runtime of the program. So this is the static query. We'll pass the values here only. So, so we are passing the static query. We are using statement interface. So interface name is statement. ST is the object of the statement interface is equal to CON. C1 is nothing but the object of connection interface. Dot method name. Method name is create statement. So this method name create statement is called by using the object of connection interface. So C1 dot create statement. Nothing but I am calling the method create statement by using the object of connection interface. Now submitting the SQL query. Submitting the SQL query. See here, I am using the command called as insert. For insert, update, and delete, we call the method name execute update. But for select command, we will call execute query. For insert, update, and delete command, we call the method execute update. But for select command, we call execute query. So in this program, we are using insert command. So I call the method name I will call the method name execute update by using the object of statement interface. So I am passing only one query. Nothing but one query, one row will be inserted. So the value 1 will be stored in this variable name called as C, which is an integer. So here I am passing only one query. I will passing only one query. So value will be 1, which will be stored in this variable name called as C, which is an integer. So system.out.println, C is nothing but C contains the value 1. So one row created or one row inserted. We can write anything here. So C contains the value 1. So one row created. Or in other words, one row inserted. Finally, you must close the object of statement interface. So st.close. And lastly, you must close the connection of, and lastly, you must close the connection interface. So con.close. st.close means closing the object of statement interface. con.close means nothing but closing the object of connection interface. Here, closing the statement object. Closing the statement object. st.close. Nothing but object of the statement interface. Closing the connection object. con.close. Nothing but the object of connection interface. So see here, after executing the program, see the execution. First of all, connection must be established. First of all, connection will be established. After that, query will be inserted. After that, the insert query will be passed. Then we'll get value 1 row created. Then after that, we must check the database. See, select star from table name. 1 row inserted. So coming next one, Java program to update the employee salary in the employee table. Employee table. So again, we write the same program. But query changes. Instead of insert command, we write update command. That's it. Program will be completely same. So program, there will be no change in program, but instead of insert command, we write the update command here. So update table name, employee, set employee salary is equal to employee salary plus 2000. Nothing but the salary column will be updated with 2000. So no change in the program. We can write the complete program, what we learn in insert in the database in the table. So we write the same program here, but query changes. You have to write update command here. So connection established. So how many rows are in the table? So how many rows are in the table? All rows will be updated. All rows will be updated. In my table, I have 3 rows. So 3 rows will be updated. So see here, all three rows will be updated with 2000. Now finally coming to next one, see here, retrieving data in the employee table. So same program here, we write a select command in. Instead of insert command, we write here select command. Select star from table name. So if you are using select command, you must write execute query. So here we are using select command. So we have to call the method execute query. And also we must create object for the result set interface because this uh, this object will contain all the records in the table. All the records in the table will be stored in this result set object named the RS. So RS dot next. So this one indicates column 1, 2 indicates column 2, 3 indicates column 3. All values will be in string format. So we have to call the values by using the method getString. So by using the object of RS, so by using the object of the set interface, namely RS, we call the values in the column 1, column 2, and column 3. So next method, by using next method, uh, the row by row values will be access string or console. Now finally, uh, closing the object of the set interface. Next one, closing the object of statement interface. And finally, closing the object of connection interface. So I already told you, once again I'm telling. So by default, cursor will be at the row that contains the column names. So in order to move the cursor row by row, in order to move the cursor row by row, we use the method name next. So by using next method, we can retrieve the records in the table row by row. So see here, uh, so I already told you by default the cursor will be at column. By default, the cursor will be at the row that contains the column names. So in order to move the cursor row by row, we use the next method. So here rs dot next, rs dot get string 1, rs dot get string 2, rs dot get the string 3. So this one indicates employee number, value in the employee number. This 2 indicates value in the employee name, value of the employee name. This 3 indicates employee value of the employee salary. Now to display the second record, we use the method name called as next. Again, next row will be retrieved. Again, in order to retrieve the next row, again we must call the next method. So we are using while loop here. Now finally coming to deleting records in the table. Same program, no change. What we learned in insert command, update command, same program we can write here. But we must change the SQL query. So we write delete command here. Delete from table name. That's it. Same code, but we have to change the SQL query. We write delete query here, delete from table name. So all rows will be deleted. So here connection established. My table is containing 3 rows. So all 3 rows will be deleted here. So these are the programs related to Jdbc. Thank you.